y'all, it's Meg, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm building something a little different, a little weird. It's actually a renovated grain silo, and I'm calling it an apocalyptic grain silo because I had this dream where, I don't know if you guys ever had these dreams, where either it's like a zombie apocalypse or like the world is ending, but I have those dreams pretty often. And in this dream, I dreamed that we had found like this old grain silo and we ended up like fixing it up to like be a house. And this is not a new thing. This is not a new idea. If you go on Pinterest, you can find all kinds of like grain silos that have been turned into homes, have been turned into offices. I mean, go on Pinterest and just look it up. It is amazing. And so I did pull some inspiration from Pinterest for this build. So I kind of went with the idea that this is like post-apocalypse, post-zombie apocalypse, perhaps. I kind of go through some phases with this grain silo. You'll see me pull out some things that are not in the final build, because they didn't work. They just didn't work. I tried a lot of different things. Some things I liked, some things I didn't. So it was a very weird build, and I really struggled with the floor plan, but I think it actually turns out really, really nice. So I'm about to get to the part of the video where I stop talking about the build. So first, I want to apologize. This video was actually supposed to go up last Friday. I actually filmed me building this grain silo last week. I think I started on it like Monday and had it finished by Tuesday, and the plan was to record on Wednesday and have it uploaded by Friday. Well, actually Thursday. If you're a patron, you get to see my videos early, so that's something that you're interested in. The link is down below. But anyway, so that was the plan. The plan was it was supposed to go live to the public on Friday. In case you aren't aware, we did recently adopt a puppy. We have Padme. Padme is an 8-year-old Chihuahua, and she is the light of my life. She is an absolute diva, and I'm here for it. Odin is our new puppy. He's mostly blind. He has no vision in his right eye and 50% vision in his left eye. But you would have absolutely no idea that he had any kind of vision issue because he gets around just fine, I promise. He is absolutely a regular puppy. He loves to play, he loves to cuddle, he loves to do puppy things, so he is just amazing. But that said, because we've recently adopted him, it's definitely been a change within our household. Padme is obviously she's 8 years old, so she's very much self-sufficient. We have Padme on like her schedule, and like it's always worked out fine. But with a puppy, you have to make sure they're taken out, every hour, every 2 hours, because they have a very small bladder. You're also training them, to use pee pads or go outside to use the bathroom. It's definitely been a learning curve for our household, but not a bad one. We really enjoyed having him here, and I think he fits in really great with our family. But it has been difficult at times. So last week was a mess. Like I said, we were just trying to still figure out his schedule. We pretty much have his schedule down pat now. I think last week was just a rough week with just getting things sorted out, learning him learning us, getting him on a schedule that works for everyone, works for him and works with our lifestyle right now, because I'm currently still working from home, and I don't know how much longer we will be working from home because obviously we have a vaccine now. I requested to be put on the list to get it. Our work sent out an email saying that you could sign up and they would let you know when the vaccine is in your area for your group. Obviously, Alec and I are not in a group that is, what do you call it? Immune compromised, maybe would be the best way to put it. We're not in a compromised group. So we're very low on the priority list. So we're just kind of like waiting to see when that's going to happen. And I have a feeling once they reach us, we'll probably get a call telling us, okay, it's time to come back to work, or come back to the office, I should say. So we're trying to also kind of work that in as well. So, like when I'm at home, I'm at the office, quote unquote, but I'm still taking him out. I'm still like, we've even adjusted their feeding schedules because at one point they were getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which is perfectly fine. We just make sure that like we portion out their meals to make sure that they're not overeating or undereating. But I knew that we would have to change that once I started going back to work. So we've switched them to breakfast and dinner. So that shouldn't be too hard of a transition when I start going back to work. Because I also work odd hours, I guess you could say. I work really early in the morning to early afternoon. So Alec would be the one feeding them breakfast and I would be the one feeding them dinner. And we've also kind of figured out how we want to handle the walk situation. Before it got super, super cold here, we were taking them on like 2 walks a day, but now that it's gotten so cold, we try to squeeze in at least 1 walk, and if we can't squeeze in at least 1 walk, we're definitely doing a lot of playtime, trying to tire him out, trying to make sure Padme gets her exercise too. So, it's been an adjustment, but a good adjustment. So hopefully in the future, I can still keep on my Friday schedules, but obviously things come up, life happens. I did make the resolution this year that I wanted to upload to YouTube at least 3 times a month. Last year, I wanted to post at least 2 times a month, and I did really well. I think there might have only been 1 month where I did only post twice. That could have been that could have been December because of the holidays, but, I think even with doing 3 videos a month, that still leaves room for life to happen as it does. And even if there's a day that it just doesn't happen out of only posted 2 videos that month, I'm going to forgive myself and not beat myself up about it because it's just life. I really like this bathroom, getting back to the build while we're here. I noticed that gosh, I can't remember whose build it was. Someone was using platforms for like walk-in showers, and I was like, that is amazing. I really, really have to have that. So I experimented in the, I'm gonna say teenager's bedroom. It's definitely like more grown up than a child's room. So I experimented with this in the teenager's bedroom. And like I said, I struggled with the floor plan. So upstairs, when we get to the parents' room, I also did this platform shower idea, but it took me some time to figure out the bathroom layout just because this grain silo that I've built here, it's like cylindrical in shape. And sometimes that can just be really, really hard to make a floor plan out of. And I kind of built like the house portion on the back of it and only on the lower level as if it's an add-on. So I didn't want it to blend in with the silo either. I wanted to make sure it came across as this has definitely been added on since the grain silo became renovated. Don't worry about that one wall that's missing the wallpaper. I promise you, I fixed it. You won't see it in the screenshots. I kind of noticed like at the end I always do like a once around where I kind of spin everything around and see if anything catches my eye. And I noticed there are 2 spots that I missed wallpaper. And the one up top is like just glaring in your face. I can't believe it took me so long to notice it. So here I am in the bathroom, and like I said, this layout gets switched around a bit because I just can't figure out how I want things to fit. And I also wanted to put in like this partition, and I ended up just using a wall and I put in this really cool stone. It made me feel like this is like a more natural, like walk-in shower. I'm hoping to like experiment more with these platforms because, like I said, the walk-in shower idea was just so cool. I was like, I've got to try that. So I just felt like this build was like a good time to try out some of these little creative ideas I've seen other people doing. But yeah, so the parents' bedroom also gets flipped around quite a bit. Yeah, see, I've already fast forwarded a bit through to me changing the furniture around and just trying to come up with a layout that makes sense. And I wanted this, like I said, to feel like post zombie apocalypse. So I went for things that I felt were either handmade or could withstand the test of time. Like in the teenager's bedroom, she's got this, or they have this wrought iron bed. And if you've ever had a wrought iron bed or know someone who has a wrought iron bed, those things last forever. They are heavy duty. Like I had one from about 5 to like literally maybe a year ago. We got rid of it when we finally bought our house. We knew we would not have room for it anymore, so I ended up selling it. It really broke my heart to sell it because like I said, I've had it for so long, but it was a good, solid bed, and that thing's been painted like every color of the rainbow. I think at one point it was white, and then I painted it black because I just wanted like something edgy, and it just seemed like the right idea to paint the bed black, and it did look pretty nice. Only bad thing was once you paint it, like I spray painted it, and as it wears down, you start to see the colors peeking out underneath that it's been previously painted, as well as the metal. So, word of caution if you do decide to paint your iron bed. So we're kind of in the living room right now slash kitchen area, and this was a kind of strange layout, but I feel like I made it work. Um, yeah, see, there's the wallpaper. I kind of zoomed past it. Um, and I also kind of wanted a family dining area in here as well because it just made sense to like fill up that space. And then here next to the kitchen, I made a office slash laundry combo room. Now I only gave them a washing machine. And the reason why is I felt like if we're like post zombie apocalypse, like how many appliances are we actually going to have that we're able to fix? Like I'm sure there are people that are going to survive the apocalypse that are going to be super handy and like they'll find this old ass washing machine and they'll know how to fix it so that you'll be able to use it again. But I also put out the drying line and the washing tub or basin. Not sure what it's actually called. But I also put that outside because I felt like that's more realistic for post-apocalypse. But if you actually want to play in this house, it would definitely be best to at least have a computer and at least a washing machine. And obviously, we also have a television in the living room. What are people watching on post-apocalyptic TV? I have no idea. I'm sure there's some reality shows or something that are still on at that point. But yeah, so I also added a tiny little dining area to the kitchen, like just like a little eat-in area. And then I started to put a few things out on the shelves. And here I am just kind of like adding in some decor. I just wanted to make it feel a little bit more homey. I felt like the walls were bare. I got a chance to use the new pack a little bit. I got the paranormal stuff pack. I'm not one of those people that have all the packs, so anything that usually catches my eye, I'll either like put it on my wish list, or if it's something like the paranormal stuff pack, I'll make sure I buy it when it comes out. And I was like super excited to get my hands on the paranormal stuff pack. And if you haven't, played it, if you haven't watched someone play it, I highly recommend that you do so. I think it's probably one of the better stuff packs, because you get the new career, and I actually really like almost all the furniture. Uh, the swatches, I'm not super happy about. Like, they do have like some really colorful swatches. There's a couple of neutrals in there though. They at least have like a white and a black, but I do wish that we had like some more nicer like wood tone swatches, but it's The Sims, so you kind of get what you get. But I'm sure we'll have some content creators out there that will solve our little issue and give us some nice wood tones for these, some nice wood tone recolors for these pieces of furniture because they're just really nice. So here I am outside. I did initially plan to put in a basement, but I felt like this house is already huge. There, I'm not putting in anything else. So I ended up putting a little door on the back. That way they could get out to the yard, to that side yard a little bit more easily to like hang laundry. And I decorated the front porch with like florist items. I did go in and get like the flower arranging table, and I also set up a garden on the right side of the house. So we have like some really cute flower boxes, plant boxes. We have some bee boxes in the back. Don't pay any mind to that giant ass telescope that I pulled out because you guys, I thought I was like, okay, we're doing post like zombie apocalypse. What are some things that this house might have? And so I initially took out the giant telescope, thinking that like they could use it as surveillance, just to see what's going on in the world, see where it's safe, or notify people that it's safe in their house at their house. But as you can see, I had a really hard time trying to figure out where I was going to put it. And then I also was thinking about using the barbed wire fence, and it just didn't look good, you guys. I thought like if I used it that it would just bring like the apocalypse like to the build more so, but I just didn't like it. So I went with this higher hedge. I think it's called high hedge in the uh build build library, but oh my god, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. In build mode. I think it's called a high hedge. So I went with that where the garden is, and I also like really clutter up the yard with lots of plants. I even put in some little pretty uh like lights that are strung up from the poles. I just made it seem really homey and lived in, and I went really crazy with the terrain paint. I love using terrain paint, and when other people use terrain paint in their builds, I'm just like, I see you. I see you. But we are close-ish to the end, so I kind of want to wrap up my story for the build. So basically, this is a like three-member family home. I was thinking like parents, a teenager, and this is kind of like their homestead. They've made their home here. They're growing their own food. If they eat meat, I'm sure they're hunting. It's just very much a quote unquote self-sustainable home. It's definitely not off the grid. I just did not have the patience to try to make that work. But I did want it to feel very woodsy, homey, and as post-apocalyptic as I could get, but still make it look good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I absolutely enjoyed making it, and I will be coming back with another Sims build at some point, but most likely next video will be another Haunting Ground Let's Play. I am loving Haunting Ground right now, and I put another game in my queue, which might be next after Haunting Ground. I was hoping to like play several PlayStation 2 horror games, but if you guys have heard of The Medium, my friend sent it to me, and it looks bomb. Like, I'm getting Silent Hill vibes from this game, and it just looks amazing. So, I've dropped that on my list for hopefully the next game that comes after Haunting Ground. We still have quite a bit of Haunting Ground to go. We still have lots to do there, so don't worry, Fiona's not going anywhere anytime soon. But Just wanted you guys to know what was coming next. Yep, we're nearing the end. So I want to tell you guys thank you so much for watching. Special thank you to my patrons. If being a patron is something that interests you, as always, the link is down below. You do not have to support me with your money. You can always support me by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and even leaving a comment down below. Tell me if you have zombie dreams. Let me know I'm not alone. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Oh, here you are, face to face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places. Makes me laugh about the irony of everything. I like the way you're thinking. I don't really care about the music on the dance floor. I don't really mind. All the smoke is in the bathroom. I don't care at all, baby. You got my attention. So you were saying, oh no, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me. Where you wanna go? I am all about adventure times. Another drink and I'll go